Good morning and welcome to How You Livin, the show that helps you live your best life through education, enlightenment, and entertainment. My name is Robin. I'm one of your hosts, and good morning to you, Dr.
Oh,
Kiva.
good morning.
How you
I,
doing?
I am great. How are you doing
I'm
today?
good. How was your weekend?
It was awesome. We had our voter
Had
registration.
a good week.
What was it? Music, art, and voter
It
registration.
was cool.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful day. It
We
wasn't
yeah,
hot. It was sunny. So that was
yeah.
really
We
nice.
were blessed with a great day. Good
Yes.
turnout. And then most of the people ended up eating here too.
Oh, well, see, that's even better.
Yeah, so it was a really good setup. I enjoyed it very much. I think we got like 16 signups, which
Okay.
isn't bad because we only started this like 2 weeks ago.
Not
So,
bad at all.
yeah, so
Not bad
all
at
things
all.
considered, 16 is better than none,
Exactly,
right?
exactly, exactly.
So
Because voting is so
yeah,
important right now.
it really
You
is.
know,
Yeah. So what do you think about the situation with?
I knew you was gonna go there.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's just
Okay, ask the question. Ask the
okay. I'm
question.
talking about the Supreme Court situation right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Okay, and we're probably gonna talk about the other question too. You're gonna have to tell me what you were talking about.
Because you want to talk Brianna, right?
I really did. I mean, I
Yeah.
really did. It's very hard to even watch the news right now because it's so despicable. We can go there instead because
Right.
I don't know if you got to see Tamika Mallory's speech, but man, she knocked it out the park. She knocked it out the
I,
park.
I admit sometimes I have to unplug from it all.
You do.
I
Yeah.
get the big story,
Yeah.
but I don't go down that rabbit hole
Good.
because I think the rabbit hole will put you in a
It's
certain
toxic.
space. Exactly.
Yeah, and I try to tell people that you've got to take a break from the news. It's going to be there. No matter whether you watch it or not, it's going to happen. So why do that to yourself?
Exactly. Why
You
why
know?
stay in
Yeah,
it?
we could stay
But
informed, but
it is pretty sad because I think what they pressed charges against the
mhm.
police officer that shot into a wall,
Yeah, and
but not shot her. So
did not shoot her.
they
Right,
didn't
not
get
the one who shot her. The bullets that hit her, no consequences
exactly
whatsoever. The
exactly
bullets that went into her black neighbors, if we want to go there, no consequences. Only the bullets that went into the walls of the white neighbors. I mean, it was just such an attack on humanity. I
right.
really didn't
And
understand it.
that's the thing more than anything. It's life. It's like we don't take life as seriously as
Right.
we should.
Not our lives.
Yeah.
It really is.
But it still boils down to you need to vote.
Yep. Hello.
And that's why we're in that situation. I mean, it's sad, yes,
Hmm.
but what do we do so that situation won't happen? So
Absolutely.
it's all about voting.
It is. And the news is really encouraging us why it's important for us to vote. Every single day is another good reason why you need to vote. Because now look what's going on. We are going to have a very packed Supreme Court,
Yeah.
and all of the things that people have taken for granted as their right is about to be snatched away. Very real possibility that could happen.
Yes. Yes.
They haven't even made voting rights a law for minorities. It's still on the books. It's not, it's not a given.
And so the question goes back to where was it? Make America Great Again.
Oh,
I guess maybe they've been taking it back to
yeah, make
1960
America
or
white again.
1950s.
Yeah, we
Well,
try
not
not to
even
go
well,
there,
not
but
even that,
man,
but even I don't know if it's to me it's the rights. So
yeah,
it's
right.
more so
So
more
the
than white and
60s,
black. It's
right,
more so taking away the rights. And
rights.
so was that when America was great when we didn't have equal rights, and that's why that's what's making
Well,
America
it was
great.
great for some parts of America.
Yeah, and so
So
that's
he probably should say, "Make America great again" for some of us. you
yeah.
know.
Or it should be ideally it should be all about the people. It should just be
Yeah,
about okay,
of
we're
course,
Americans, humanity. So,
absolutely.
but we don't want to go down this road too
No.
long. We want to keep it
Yeah,
kind of
let's keep it lifted.
because
Lifted.
I don't want to leave here and go like,
I
oh,
know. It's heavy.
it's too heavy.
It's very heavy. But they do say this news is exhausting.
It
It
is.
really
It
is.
is.
It takes, I would love, there were times when we never ever heard Clinton, Bush, Obama. We didn't hear them
I don't
every
wanna-
single day. I don't even call it CNN and MSNBC. I call it the Trump show.
I don't
Really.
even want to know what.
What the
It's like
heck?
you want to have moments
Uh-huh.
where you
Where
don't know what's
you're
going
bored.
on.
Yeah, you're bored with the presidency. I would love to be bored with the presidency. Really.
So was there anything else that you did this weekend that was
Not really. I don't want to confess that I went out to dinner for the first time since March.
Uh-huh.
But we where it was very socially distanced. Of course, we had to wear our masks until we sat down to eat. So that was pretty nice. That
Yeah.
was pretty good. But other than that, no, we spent our whole day was consumed by voter registration.
Yeah. Well, I do think that we will have a spike in COVID
I
because
think you're right.
when we were down here, because
Uh-huh.
we're downtown
Saturday.
Houston, and so just driving around,
Mhm.
it was
Every
like
restaurant.
I was like it's like
It's like
nothing is going
regular.
on
Every restaurant was packed. Even
with no
they were outside.
mask,
No mask. No mask.
nothing.
So yeah, Jeff and I had a conversation. He's like, "Well, the protesters are just as guilty as the rally. I almost said Klan rally. The rallies." I said, "No." I pulled up. I just Googled protests.
Right.
Every single city, they all had masks on. They do. They had
Well,
masks
it's
on.
even we're talking about like this weekend
Yeah, this week
when people
because of
were
the
out
nice
and about,
weather.
they didn't have on masks.
Yep, people are definitely sort of in denial.
And it was a certain age group, I hate to say,
Uh-huh.
like that
Mhm.
20, 30
Your
age group.
Yeah,
I don't
your
know,
age
not
group.
my. I'll take that though. No Generation
Well,
X.
we know better because we know better, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and then so it's gonna, and then with the weather changing,
Yeah, yeah.
you
If
know,
it
it's
starts to get cold again, I can't even imagine how we're going to get out of this. I
well,
really
well,
don't.
what we can do
Mhm.
is start to do business abroad.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am dying. This time this time this year
Uh-huh.
was my plan to go to Africa, and that's where our
I was
guest
gonna
is going to
go
talk
too.
about. We were going to join him on his trip to Liberia.
Wow.
And he's going to tell us a little bit why Liberia is an important place in this world.
And you know what's interesting? I was supposed to go and do a yoga retreat, and we were talking about Tanzania.
Oh, that's another wonderful
and so
place.
so
Oh,
I'm gonna see if he can
man.
give me some insights on how
Yeah.
to do some retreats.
Oh my God.
You know, how awesome
know
would
I
it be
need
to
to
do some
come along.
music retreat?
What do you
with,
mean?
you
With
know,
with Ronald?
No, no,
No.
no, no, no. With the locals in Africa, if we can tie
Oh
them
my
together and do
goodness,
some
something
kind of
like
music retreat.
yeah, that
Oh,
would be beautiful.
that would be nice.
That would be
So
fantastic.
we're gonna get them
Yeah.
up here.
I like that idea
We're
though.
going to talk about doing business abroad and what
Yeah.
does that look like, especially in a time of corona
Yeah.
and in a time of how we are perceived as American
Mhm.
through the diaspora
Yeah.
of Africa,
That's
if
gonna
they
be-
even going to let us in.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing is, how funny is it that we're persona non grata now, okay? Nobody wants us, okay?
Like-
So I just find it very funny how we're in a bizarre world right now. I'm hoping in 5 years we can laugh about this period. Right now it ain't funny.
It's like,
But-
what side of history are you going to be on?
Right. Are they letting us in anywhere?
Well, I know if you go, there's like you have to be quarantined and you
Okay.
can't go to certain places
Okay.
if you're an American.
Okay, because I'm wondering, are we even allowed outside of our own borders now? They're like, we don't worry, we don't want to come in.
We don't
I'm
want
like,
y'all.
We don't want y'all.
Y'all stay
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Y'all stay there.
So I'm looking forward to finding out when we can maybe safely go to Africa. Kenya is definitely on my list.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. I think
I'd
we
love
all should try to go back at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So we'll be back with our guest, Mr.
We're going to bring Mr. Val Thompson in. He's a very dear friend, and he will be I'm sure, a friend of the show coming back from time to time. But we're going to learn a lot about Africa and
Yes.
doing business, specifically small and medium businesses. So we'll be back in what, 2 minutes?
five,
Five or
2
two.
minutes.
One of
Hopefully
those
not
two.
5.
Be right back, guys.
We've been out of control since we got hit back in March 2020. Mortality rates keep climbing. Infection rates go up and down and then back up again. How long will this go on? No clear answer. Will a vaccine even be effective as this virus continues to spread and to mutate? No clear answers there either. I'm a trained nutritionist, herbologist, personal trainer, behavior modification, and stress sciences expert. I'm also a COVID-19 and pneumonia survivor. I've watched the continuous wall-to-wall news coverage, and while yes, wearing a mask and social distancing are crucial now, you're not being given important tools that you need in order to fortify your first line of defense, your best line of defense, which is your own immune system. What's going on here? There are simple, affordable, and natural ways to help build your immune system to fight any virus or bacteria now, and it starts inside of you. That's why I need to invite you to join me for Beyond the Mask, an intimate talk about vital ways to immediately begin boosting your immune system. Are you worried about the potentials of a second wave? Are you concerned now that your immune system may not be strong enough? Let me show you now the changes that will allow you to optimize it. Let me show you how to maximize your exercise benefits in a 12-minute routine that you'll do every other day to easily increase your metabolism, strengthen your respiratory and immune systems, and give you better circulation throughout your body. Listen, sugar feeds both bacteria and viruses. Let me show you ways to kick that sugar addiction now and to get some weight off. Let me share with you keys to better nutrition that boosts your immune system. We are all under too much stress, and stress weakens your immune system. It single-handedly leaves you vulnerable to all kinds of health issues and infections because stress reduces your immune cell numbers and their ability to function. Let me show you tools that you'll easily integrate into your daily life now to naturally reduce your stress cortisol response. I also want you to know about some nutritional supplements that have been shown to naturally improve your immune system and your overall health. Since January, there have been over 700 studies released worldwide on the relationship between COVID-19 and vitamin D3 deficiency. You need to know why. You want to improve your own immune defenses now, want to take back your control? Sign up today for Beyond the Mask and join me as I give you information and tools to easily get you back on track towards a healthier overall immune system now.
Okay, guys, we are back with our special guest today, Mr. Val Thompson. Val is a wonderful, um, I'd say, advocate for the business community in Houston and abroad. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you for
We're
having me.
so happy to have you here.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. I'm going to give a little tiny bio,
Okay.
but then we're going to ask you a bunch of questions that will break it down.
Fire
okay?
away.
All right. So, Mr. Thompson is president and CEO of Houston International Trade Development Council, and it's HITDC for short. And it's a nonprofit organization that assists Houston and small, medium enterprises. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
small and medium business enterprises to develop economically in the emerging global markets?
Correct.
Okay. They support local economic development corporations, chambers of commerce, and that sort of thing.
Right.
But you're also, one thing that I know you from is he's also the president and CEO of International Focus Magazine.
Publisher.
The publisher. CEO and publisher.
Publisher and CEO.
Okay,
correct.
my bad. Okay.
International Focus Magazine.
Okay, and International Focus Magazine does what?
Oh, well, we cover, people in the international community, mostly the diplomats.
Okay.
We cover with them as well as interview them.
Okay.
We're fortunate in that Houston has the third largest consular corps in the nation. We have 93 consulates here. So if you look at some of our past covers and interviews, they're going to be with consul generals of different countries.
Should have brought one
Nice.
up. And it's a
Right.
very beautiful publication. It
Thank
is.
you.
So basically, what you're doing is bring attention to all the other international communities we have.
Absolutely,
Here.
right.
That's lovely. And you usually, I know I've been to several of your mixers where you did honor dignitaries from other
Absolutely,
countries,
yeah.
which is very awesome.
Right.
But I think the main thing we want to know today is because we want there are how many small businesses are there in Houston? Are you aware?
That's a little difficult for me to
Huge,
answer
though. It's
because
massive.
it's massive, but my focus is toward international.
Okay, so
So-
are you in a position to help small businesses do business internationally, globally?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's where we would really like to help the other small business because in the time of COVID,
Correct.
we'd like to find other ways to broaden our, the reach of our
Right,
business.
right.
So how does that work? What is the requirement for
Well,
a small business to be able to do business?
I would say that if you want to use the term requirement, I would say want to take your business internationally.
Okay.
I would recommend someone to start out
Uh-huh.
as a startup, talking international. Some specific products could do that, but for the most part, you need to be already established
Yes.
in business,
Uh-huh.
somewhat successful, modestly successful at least,
Right.
before you start talking about taking your business international.
So when you speak international, are we talking everywhere? You have that reach in all continents,
We're talking everywhere. When we say international, you don't want to exclude anything.
Right.
However, I would encourage small business to look at developing countries,
Mhm.
and those
Makes
countries
sense.
are going to be in Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Central and South America.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with Europe, Middle East, and all that, but most of those markets are pretty well, taken up, and the opportunities are going to be not as great as they would be, say, in the developing world.
Right. So we're
Where the
looking at
real
totally
opportunities are.
Yeah.
import, export from everything to
Import, export. Exporting is what I would encourage more so now because the United States is really focused on exporting big
Right.
time.
Mhm.
We have relationships with U.S. Commercial Services. We have a relationship with XM Banks. They have the products that you need in order to grow your business and be successful as an exporter.
Okay.
So we were talking earlier about COVID
About COVID.
and how everything has a total shift because of COVID, and how your physical body can't necessarily go international because they don't want Americans. So is that affecting the small business getting their products to and from these international borders with COVID?
It's affecting your body
Right.
going
Right.
there,
Right.
but not
Right.
your product.
Okay.
You still can't. But travel is very important when you start thinking about expanding internationally,
Mhm. Mhm.
because it's one thing to chat, social media, or via email,
Right.
and try to build relationships. But that's nothing like traveling and touching and feeling and getting
Right.
to know, because so much of international is done on a personal level. And I tell anybody that get involved with our organization who are thinking international, that's all we do, not to get caught up into email heaven.
Right.
Right.
You
Right.
know what email heaven is?
Because I don't deal with email too much.
She doesn't.
I stay away from email.
Well, email heaven is where you meet someone from a foreign country here in town.
Oh, sound like dating. Don't get
Well-
caught up with dating. I was like, are they really trying to scam me?
Online dating. Catfish.
You meet someone that has a business from a foreign country. I'm not going to name any countries because I don't want to.
Right.
But a foreign country,
Mhm.
and they give you a business card, and you go to their website, and you see that because you can build a website, right?
Right.
And you see that they have a 500 square foot warehouse,
Mhm.
and they've got 750 employees and blah blah blah. But the reality may be they're in a hut.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's why it's important to be there in person.
But
Right,
the physical
right.
body.
That makes
Go
sense.
there in person and find out who you're dealing with, And as I said, most international business is done on a personal level. It's very orientated that way.
And don't use the U.S. postal machine or post office.
Right, right.
You know, especially
Hello.
with
Oh man.
because we're going to end up talking too about your program, Sister City.
Oh, okay.
And
We're
it
working
was
on
I went and I was like, well, let me join, and I put it in the mail, and I don't think it's
And
even
it's
made it there
never-
yet. So
I
I'm like,
see,
the
yeah.
postal service right now is so
Right.
bad, but I don't know if that's something, you know. Forgive my ignorance. If that's what you use
That's
when you
such
do
thing.
international, do you even use the postal, or is that when you use something
Yeah,
else?
yeah. The post office is for small business is a great tool.
So how
U.S.
is that
Postal Service. I
affecting?
got to be honest with you, huh?
How is it affecting now with the postal service being, you know,
I think
changed?
yeah, I have companies that are members of ours who are doing great with postal
Okay.
service.
That's good.
That's
to
good.
know.
Internationally as well. But you know, they already have these relationships. So again, with COVID, you know, the relationships building is
Right.
a little difficult for those who are not already involved in international shipping
Right.
by way of U.S. Postal Services.
Speaking of that, COVID, that's the reason why you're not going to make it to Liberia this year, right?
Yeah, we had to cancel a trip. We had a trip scheduled for October 20th of this year, and yeah, COVID. So we played it all the way to the end. Well,
So what were you
gonna-
going to do there? What was the purpose of the Liberia trip?
well, it was to go there and start creating and developing and building new relationships. I've been to Liberia maybe 20 times,
Okay.
just to throw a number out
That's
there.
why he's made me very
Just
curious.
20 times.
Can you kind of give a quick
I just want
overview of
one.
the importance of Liberia?
Oh yeah, well for African Americans,
Yeah, that's what I
it's
mean.
very special because the Republic of Liberia was founded by freed African American slaves
Wow.
in 1847.
Hmm.
Ergo the name, right?
the na-
That's
was-
why the name came about. Liberia.
yeah, liberty.
Yeah,
Liberia is the name created from the word liberty.
Mhm.
But to go back even further, the first ship of freed African Americans came there in 1822.
Oh, wow.
And so they struggled with
didn't
some of
know
the
that.
indigenous
Okay.
to get the republic created. And then by 1847, there was conversations in the United States Congress
Okay.
because they knew that slavery was about to end.
Okay.
So the conversations were what to do with the slave.
Hmm.
Okay, and those conversations was extreme as kill them all,
Mm.
or or a decision to maybe
them back.
figure a way to take them back to Africa. So Congress came up with the idea. Let's try to see if we can't create a republic
Okay.
on the continent of Africa, and they enabled the free slaves with $100,000, which would be hundreds of millions of dollars in today's money. So they really did make an effort. Also, President James Monroe was involved, and he enabled them as well
Okay.
by naming the capital city Monrovia, named after James
Oh,
Monroe.
wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
where that came from. I wonder.
Yeah,
So how are
Monrovia
they
got-
as far as developing right now? Are they well developed as far as doing
They are
business?
trying to come back. At one time, they were the poorest country in the world.
Okay. Okay.
Unfortunately, African Americans didn't have the position to keep it going, and of course, they didn't have a whole lot of support.
Right. Right.
The U.S. Congress has always gave them money, but not enough.
Okay.
Okay, and so they're struggling. But I think with the history, of freed African Americans, it's
Right.
one of the most it's one of the most interesting
Right.
times of
histories,
African American history when you
Yeah.
start thinking. I think it rivals civil rights. To be
Oh,
honest with
man.
you.
So since they were slaves, they came from America. What is the language in Liberia?
The language is the official language is English.
Well,
Glad you
good,
asked.
so I can go.
Official
huh?
language is-
Right. That's
They-
what we needed to know.
They
Right.
do have an indigenous language called Twi,
Oui.
which is spoken all through West Africa, all the way from Ghana, Nigeria, let's see, Togo, Benin. Well, not Togo and Benin is French speaking, but most of the English speaking countries in West Africa will speak the language Twi, but most of them also, their official language will be English.
Oh, that's
Okay,
nice.
that's
And,
great.
everyone speaks two
Yeah.
languages
Everyone,
and more, but
right.
but us Americans.
But it's
Mhm.
American,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm. That's true.
So with the I'm curious with Sister City. Could you explain to us what is Sister City?
Well, Sister City was founded by President Dwight Eisenhower. Right after World War II, they decided to say, well, you know what? Let's see if we can't build relationships with cities all over the world. So what Sister Cities is, for example, let's use Houston.
Right.
Houston has 18 sister cities, and there are different places. Unfortunately, we only have one African, and that's with Angola, the city of Luanda, Houston, Luanda Sister City Association.
Okay.
And our, Bob was a member with me with that association. So what we decided to do, a group of ours, including Judge Bill Littlejohn and Denise Ogden.
Right. All good people.
Yeah, all good people. All good people.
Yeah.
So we all got together and said, you know what, let's work on a sister city association between Houston and Monrovia, Liberia. And so we've been working on that. We've got a group together. There is procedures and criteria for that. It's from the mayor's office. I've contacted the mayor's office. They're excited as we are. And the things we have to do is form what they call a partnership city first. It's detailed. It takes a couple of years to happen.
So with the sister city, it's like we get to exchange
culture, ideas,
and so we develop those cultures with those 18 sister cities that we're with Houston.
Right.
Okay, so can anybody become a part of sister or the program, or is it's a nonprofit, or?
It will be a nonprofit. At this point, it's just a group of people, and it's called a partnership city. So now, when it becomes a 501c3 nonprofit, is when we actually have the Sister City Association.
Nice.
Right now, we can't call it Houston Monrovia Sister City. It's a partnership city with Monrovia at this point. And now the other part, the most difficult part, is that they have to also be interested. And the mayor of Monrovia has to be interested, and he also has to have a group.
Okay.
And it's a 9-member group. There has to be at least 9 members in the group. And so that's what we're working on now. That's the most difficult part.
Do you have your 9 members?
We have our 9 members here.
Okay.
But wait.
I was about to sign
but there's
us
more.
up. Wait, there's more.
Well, there's more. 9 is the minimum.
Okay.
I can have 20 whatever members.
Okay.
Yeah, because I sent my money in to get the membership.
And
Did you
you
really?
know I tried to sign up last week.
I didn't get that money.
It was the U.S. Postal Service.
Who's you sent the money to?
The Postal Service. Because I got one of your associates, Bob Ford, sent me the application.
But that was for the Luanda.
Oh.
Houston Luanda Sister City.
Well,
that's
I'll
what you're talking about. You need
too.
to tell them you want your money back.
Tell the Postal Service you want your money back. That's where it is, too. But I want to sign up as well. I think we had that conversation.
By all means.
Now you've done a lot of trade missions all around the world, right?
Yes.
So what are the more memorable ones?
Wait, before we do that, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and find out about those trade missions that you've done around the world. And then also just kind of see how we can, if someone's interested to be a part of the program, what they need to do. And we'll come back and discuss all of that good stuff.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
So we'll take a little break and come back to How You Livin', and we can find out more about the trade and small businesses.
See you in a minute.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
And we are back at How You Livin. We're talking to Mr. Val Thompson, and he is a world traveler. My last question to you before we broke was to talk about some of those international trade missions that you have participated in. Can you first explain what exactly a trade mission is? What do you guys do when you do take those?
Trade mission is a delegation of people, say from the United States, that are traveling to a foreign country seeking opportunity, business opportunity, cultural, building relationships.
Okay, so they're made up of business people and others?
Business people and others, you know. A trade mission can also be an opportunity to get involved with the culture. It could be a quasi vacation, right?
Oh, now you're talking.
I'm going on a trade mission.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
and it's a write-off.
It's a write-off when you go with me.
Okay, well, we go.
But it's a write-off. No, I said that only because I'm trying to promote the organization. But it's a write-off when you go as a business.
Okay.
Right.
Now, some people take advantage of that by, saying, well, I'm going to go on a trade because they really got tourism in their mind.
Okay.
But I never organized a trip without a tourist component to it.
Okay.
You can't just take people to meetings and all that without showing them, the beauty of the country.
So do you have some favorite locales that you've been to?
I've been to 12 African countries over the years. I got to be honest, I've organized 5 trade missions to China. They was exciting. Okay. I tell you, I know we're having issues with China today, but China is an amazing place.
It's an amazing place.
If you get an opportunity to visit.
So say I wanted to once again do retreats. Okay. I could go with you with a trade mission to kind of see the properties and say, okay, this would be a good location, and to work out those details.
I never leave people out of trips who give me the impression they're just going for vacation. I don't leave them out because I find that when people go and they really just go and have fun, and then they start going to those meetings that we schedule and so forth, they start getting interested. They start seeing opportunity.
Yeah, because I definitely want to see more, to be able to do those retreats. And maybe even possibly Because what I was thinking at one point, it was this young lady who was trying to bring wine from Africa.
Right.
And so that would be something that she could talk to
Oh,
you
yeah.
about, like, okay, how to distribute, how to. So do you also help with any legalities that they might have to go through those
Oh yeah,
continents?
yeah. We're going to tell you everything you need to do as far as getting visas. And you go into Africa, generally you're going to need shots unless you're going to Egypt or somewhere like that. If you're going to North Africa, you won't need any
Right.
immunizations. But if you're going anywhere in West Africa or Central Africa, you're going to need. Now I said
For
China a while ago, but I
malaria
got
and
to
that
tell you, Africa.
Have you? So
Africa.
do you have a
That's where I'm
favorite
going.
country in Africa?
Well, my
Well,
favorite
you've
country
been
is
to
Liberia.
Liberia.
Okay,
That's where you've been 20 times. or-
I've been there 20 times.
Isn't that something?
So the continent, divided by the British, by the
Yeah.
French.
Right.
So is Liberia still kind of under American kind of ruling?
I wouldn't say no. It's
I
a
don't know- I
sovereign.
don't know the correct terminology to use.
Liberia is a sovereign republic. Let's say
Okay.
that. I mean, they do business with
So
it.
do they have a president?
They have a president.
Okay.
That's the interesting part about Liberia that I'm glad you mentioned
Okay.
because it was founded by freed African Americans. They took America with them,
Okay.
and so the republic has the same government system that we have here.
Wow, interesting.
You have 3 branches of government. You have
Okay.
judicial, administrative, and legislative.
Mm.
All 3 the same.
Isn't that
same,
something?
same
But
thing.
look
The-
a little different, huh?
Right. So
well,
is
it's
it-
black.
Is it
That's why it looks
100%
different.
black, or are there other
It's
races that
100%
live
black. You can't. I mean,
Wow.
you can't even own land unless you're black. Now, I
Wow.
don't subscribe to that totally.
Why not?
Right.
Well,
I think
they did
diversity,
it.
diversity
They
is
did
good.
it. Diversity is always
Yeah,
good,
no.
but they did it. They did it.
So if now speaking of that, now I'm not really sure because I've heard people try to say they wanted to get land in Africa, but I don't know. And you had to maybe be from there, or is that Liberia pretty much open if someone is interested, or is that nothing
Ooh,
something
that's a great
that,
Well,
you, that
okay.
you
Can
touch
an
on?
African American purchase land over there?
Yes,
That's
but
awesome.
But there's always a but.
But I'm gonna butt you now. I'm gonna butt on this because you have to understand, for the most part. Now, I'm not speaking for every African,
right,
Okay.
right.
but for the most part, the African culture doesn't really subscribe to the idea of owning land. Let's start there, okay?
Yeah, because it should be just it's
Everybody,
land.
yeah,
Everybody
right.
should have access.
They understand the concept.
Right, right,
Don't
right.
get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
So if you wanted land in Africa, I would say that try to lease it. Don't try to own it because
Because you can't
but
own
their
land.
mind, in the minds of the African, will be, they got to take it from you now because you
Right.
own it.
Right.
But as long as you're
Well,
leasing it, then it's not
So
seen
with
as
South Africa, there's a lot of stuff going on with that in terms of land.
Yeah.
A lot.
yeah. So I would, if I were going to do something, and I have done a few things in Africa, I would definitely not try to buy anything.
Okay.
Just say I just want to lease
Ask
some
for a
land.
lease.
Oh, okay.
They'll give you 100-year lease. So
Yes,
what?
That's all we need, really, and just as long as we're alive.
I
So
like
how's
the
cost of-
fact of education.
Yeah,
You
Right.
gotta
Oh, no,
educate
that is
yourself.
fantastic.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I was so looking forward to going there. What an experience that would be. How's the
It'd be
cost of
fantastic.
living over there?
It can be expensive if
Really?
you're trying to,
Like,
if you're trying to live large.
well, if you're, for the people, the residents.
Oh no,
I mean,
no.
is everyone pretty much comfortable, middle
Oh, you
class?
talking- which
or
country are you
is there-
talking
I'm
about?
talking about Liberia.
Okay,
Is
Liberia.
there a lot of
Liberia
poverty?
at one time and is still very close to the poorest nation in the world.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm.
And that's
Okay.
one reason why I'm passionate about it. I
That's
want to
beautiful.
try to see development
That's
of that.
something we
you
can
know.
get.
So now with since it is since it was discovered or since they were
Founded,
free slave
okay.
founded
Mhm.
by free slaves and the government is kind of made up like our government.
Mhm.
What about their health care?
Oh.
Like say if you are a doctor and you're like, well, my trade mission is to go over there and provide some medical, and
They would
have
love
that.
you. Yeah,
And
they
so,
would love
but
you.
so what is their
Their healthcare
healthcare system
Well,
like?
their healthcare system was seriously exposed by Ebola.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they were saying we got a healthcare system, but now Ebola said no, you don't have a
Right,
healthcare
right,
system.
Right.
And so with that, then they've improved it. There's people who've gone there and some, with the right intentions, some not. So I would love Dr. Kiba.
Yeah, I'm a
Dr.
Cairo.
Yeah, but you can
Yeah.
And
do
I
other
could, I
stuff.
would love to,
Yeah.
because I was actually speaking to someone
Yeah.
once before about trying to do some trade and
Right.
That's a
doing some.
lovely idea.
That
Yeah.
would be nice.
Well, trade is services as well.
Well, I
not
mean,
just
your
product.
services, yeah.
So are
Yeah,
you going to
yeah.
reschedule Liberia?
I am.
It's hard to say when, though,
She's
right?
already
It's hard
trying.
to say.
She's trying to
I was
plan her
chomping
trip.
at- that
Oh,
was
you'll
gonna
be the
my
first.
birthday
You'll be the
trip.
first to
Okay.
know. You'll be
So I
the
was
first.
so excited about the idea.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yes,
You're gonna love
ma'am.
it. The history
Yeah,
is amazing.
Well, definitely. Tell me the cost. How much do we have to
Ah.
save
Yeah, how
up to
much
be
do we
able
have to save up?
to go? So I can start saving now.
That's a good
I
question.
can only talk about history.
What was
Hey,
this trip
I-
going
that's
to consist
that's
of?
a
like,
start. How much do I need
financially?
to have in my
If
account
we,
to
if we
do
didn't
it?
have COVID, I don't. Airlines are going crazy now with prices.
Well, I thought they were going to be bargain based then.
They
at this
probably
point.
Well,
will.
but-
Yeah.
but if
once
we
things
didn't-
start going.
I need to start saving.
She's right.
So-
She's serious.
you
You're
know
gonna
I
need at
am.
least You're gonna need at least $4,000.
Okay, at
that's
least
what
I
you
have a
needed to
starting
have.
point.
That's because I've organized the trip.
Okay.
If you went
It could be
with
more.
someone else, it could be upwards of $6,000. But I don't. When we organize as a nonprofit organization, we're not trying to make money.
Right.
You
Right.
don't get
The
that
mission.
We're trying to build that
Right.
relationship.
So basically, the price that we offer is cost.
Okay.
most
No, I
part.
just need to know my
Okay.
starting point so I can
Right.
start putting.
Yeah, you're gonna need.
I gotta
Yeah,
sell a
this is
lot
my
of
this is
tea.
my Africa.
I'm gonna have to up my tea
I'm
price.
gonna have to make sure I get some more
But that
people
will-
in the clinic.
But that will cover hotel, ground transportation, airfare.
Everything.
Okay,
It
nice.
covers everything. Just-
Hotel nice.
I'm gonna take you to a 4-star hotel.
I was gonna say
Okay.
because I
Okay,
can't do
mister.
huts.
Yeah.
at
Okay,
this point.
You know,
so-
Bob Johnson
I
had.
don't mind visiting a hut, but I don't
Bob Johnson developed a hotel.
No, I did
but
not
he sold
know that.
He sold it now, but it was kind of interesting. He had
Yeah.
these little bungalows.
That's cool. That sounds beautiful. Is there water by there?
Oh, it's on the
my
water. Wait a
God.
minute. Liberia has
can you
300
imagine
So
the
now,
shores
what
of
about
Africa.
the water? You know how when you go places and you
Uh-huh.
have to be concerned about
Right.
know
Drinking the water.
drinking the water and
bottled
was-
water.
Oh,
Bottled
bottled
water.
water.
If
Bring
you
some
can
of that.
bring your own.
8411.
Yeah.
That was-
And the reason for that is, people get confused about that. They think water is not water dirty. It's just that your body is not
used to.
accustomed
So you bring the bottles
to
that have
bacteria.
filters in them.
yeah, because
know?
your body's not used to
Right.
those little
The bacteria.
the bacteria and it might
In
get
another country.
parasites.
Country.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not about dirty.
Just
So
bring
how
your
long
own.
how long do you stay over there when you do these trips?
I organize 8-day trips.
Okay.
The reason for that is two of those days in the air.
Traveling, right? And then you
Yeah.
gotta try to get your
Right.
jet lag in
That's
check.
a minimum I can do.
Okay.
I do to give you a real trip.
Okay.
So if someone is interested in their small business being able to work with you, who do they need to talk to, or how do they get in contact with you?
You can reach me at the website,
And it's-
www.houstontrade.org, or you can call me on my landline at 832-448-0537.
One more
Mhm.
My
time.
off,
Because I'm slow to write.
Right, 832-448-0537.
Okay.
Or you can come to my office at 11,010 Bellar Boulevard,
In the
Suite
heart.
222.
And it's
222.
right in
In
the
the heart
heart
of
of
Chinatown.
International. Yeah, right in the
Hey,
Chinatown.
now,
It's beautiful.
Do we have any social media? You.
Yes, Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Give me some social
IF
media
magazines,
handles.
right?
I'm sorry.
Houston. Oh wait, no, you go ahead.
No.
What's your social media?
Houston International Trade Development Council. is
Okay.
one,
On Facebook.
and then International Focus Magazine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if they want to even find out about being a part of Sister City, they would contact you with those same.
Absolutely, they
Okay.
contact me or they contact city, but I mean each association is a separate entity.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you want to be a member of the association that we are organizing, then you would have to talk with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I
and
say
so that's
definitely,
what
definitely. That's who we're going to talk to
Yeah.
because
We're-
we're going to get more people to
We're
go.
interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
I'm
just
gonna
her.
Right. Oh, but that's all they need, really.
Really.
That's
Just
all
don't
you
get-
need.
I know
Unless
you'll
you
go
know
and try
I'll
to
be
tap
helping
in.
you. Right. I'll
Right.
be trying to direct
Well, we're
things.
looking forward to it.
But we can't thank you enough for being here. There's
Thank
still
But
you,
you didn't
thank
ask me
you.
about Tanzania
and we needed
wants
to.
But
The
guess
times-
what?
We bring
We're
it
gonna
back.
have
You
you
gonna
come
bring me
back.
We
back?
have.
Okay.
We always do part
I-
1 and part 2. This is just
Yeah.
part 1.
This is part one. This
It's
is
just
just
got a
a.
lot to share.
Okay.
I know we don't want to overwhelm everybody's mind and a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Well,
Right.
thank you so much. It
We
was
really
so
appreciate
nice
it.
to meet you.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank
And I'm
you.
gonna start
so very
saving my
much.
money.
Yeah.
Do
So
that.
you
You're
guys
gonna need it. Yeah.
get in touch, expand your horizons, and take a trip to Africa.
Yes.
All right. Thank you again, Val Thompson.
My
We
pleasure.
appreciate it. We'll see you guys next Monday. In the meantime, we always have to ask,
How you living?
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
And we're back with Athletes United Experience on Edge Radio, and where truth still matters. As a side note, viewers, the Art and Jazz Fest voter registration drive, and as we talked about this earlier, will be held right here at the Midtown Bar and Grill, September 26th, beginning at 4 p.m. That is the Art Jazz Fest voter registration drive. So come on out, prepare to complete your civic duty, and vote your consciousness. Okay. As we broke, we're talking to Dr. Crystal Mark here, and she had
Hello, I'm Dr. Kiva,
And I am Robin B.
and we are your host of How You Livin'.
And How You Livin' is about bringing. Can we start over?